C'est du bon thé. Welcome back to the WABA channel. Today we'll look at something a little bit different. Again, I always say that, it seems, but I swore to myself that I will not get involved with American politics, that I will not look at American stuff, just because I don't really like it. But I mean, you can't really avoid the election. There's so much good stuff on it, and I'm not talking about necessarily what Joe Biden or Trump are saying. I don't really care who gets elected. Here we're just going to be observing celebrities involved in it, how the media portrays this stuff, who takes which side, and so on. Then I ask pretty relevant questions, I believe, to you all, I guess, to American people. Let's get started. So I went to the CBS News and had a look at celebrities who support Joe Biden, and I'll check Trump after that. I quickly went through them all. So obviously here we have Rock Johnson, the Rock. I mean, according to this list, 59 people, and you know, a lot of them are really famous. So obviously an NBA player. We have this guy, I think he's famous too. Don't know her, don't know them. Cardi B, 79 million people following her on Instagram. That's pretty big gun to have on your side. We know this guy, comedian. We know this guy from the talent show, whatever, Americans Get Talent. If you go through the list, oh, we know her. She's funny. We know him, a rapper. Obviously, we know him. So you look through the list and, you know, you recognize most of them. At least, you know, I'm from Switzerland. I grew up there. The only American influence we had was maybe, you know, some kind of music and High School Musical and stuff like that. But not, you know, there's not so much people, I guess. Oh, no, I know him. John Legend, good singer. So see the list. You recognize most of them. Pretty cool list. The list probably extends a bit more than just that. But then you go to Trump. Okay, so it's already less people, 37. You have this guy, you have her, him. I mean, just look, who are they? Yeah, so you go through the list and I'm sure they are. Wasn't he Superman? Yeah, he was. Okay. See, I'm sure a lot of them are famous in the United States, pretty sure. Internationally, I don't really know all of them. Okay, I know this guy. Conor McGregor, he's not even American, but whatever. So the list is not as big and it's mostly dudes. Okay, so now that we have a look at this, let's go on Instagram. So there's so much stuff in it. So I was reading some stuff and they all post this thing from, oh, only 19,000, but it says I'm a voter when they voted, right? There was a trend happening where people, you know, show their body parts, you know, woman and men actually. You know, we have this nice, I'm sure, nice lady, you know, shaking her booty and stuff. I mean, look at this. Vote. Absolutely interesting. So is it just to not get Trump, or is it to actually vote for Biden? Do they do him for themselves, or do they do it just to, you know, fit with the mass? So I'm sure she made a speech. I didn't watch it, but I mean, oh, look at this. American dogs. I'm a voter. Your voice matters. Does it now? Yes, I voted. They have pins and everything. I mean, geez, man. Even in Switzerland, we don't have stuff like this. It's incredible. So obviously, I'm not too sure who they're voting for. I don't know if the colors actually mean anything. I think blue, this means it's for Biden, if I'm not incorrect. You go, you vote. So this lady, she's coming quite a bit with the vote dress. This, yeah, see, even the masks. Do your thing, yeah, do your thing, but you better vote, right? Oh yeah, Sophia Bush, she is so into this. Eva Longoria as well, she even talked to people about it. So those are pretty famous. I mean, she was in the, what was the series called? One Tree Hill, I think? And then, of course, Eva Longoria, and super famous, obviously. 11 people who vote. Yeah, cool. I mean... So what, if you don't vote, you're in trouble? Vote Trump. 100,000, 57 or so people that put this as their hashtag. Mostly Trump clips, right? You don't really see people... Okay, there's her. I guess she's voting Trump since she put it in there. Yeah, already, a lot of them are just videos, stuff about Trump or Joe Biden, and it says vote Trump, but it's not the same kind of exposure as the ones that are probably, I'm just assuming at this moment, voting for Joe Biden. But really interesting stuff. Yes, vote America or ghost will. Yes. Okay, I guess that's a new thing. I don't really understand it. Excuse my ignorance. Oh, the famous hat. See, it's mostly okay. So see, that's what I'm talking about. Not to judge or anything, of course. We're just observing. She obviously, it's quite... Wait, let's just have a look here. Trump babes. Okay, I guess it's pretty ladies that are voting for Trump. But what's the original post? Because I want to see what the description says. No, I'm not interested in her obviously, in the thing. But okay, it's a lot of stuff. Okay, well, I can't find a picture. Okay, so we don't even know if it's really her that posted. Oh no, okay, no, it is. Never mind. Okay, let's stop looking at this. It's not the same. It's not exactly the same. And then obviously we have Trump on. He's been in power for now 4 years. 15 million posts. That's quite a bit. It's not just people voting. It's also, you know, she's obviously voting for Trump. That's for Joe Biden, sorry. That's obviously some sort of, you know, to make... There's no reason to hate Trump. Yeah, well, some people do have reasons. Okay, cool stuff. Then just Biden, same kind of stuff. Anyway, we're not gonna dwell on it. And then obviously that's the thing I was talking about. So celebs get naked to beg for votes. I don't... Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is a more a right-sided kind of news website. What's the purpose of showing your body? Is it to excite people? Is it to... I'm not too sure, to be honest. I mean, we even got dudes. We have Mark Ruffalo at the beginning of the video. He's like, oh, I don't think you want to see me there. But I guess it's a strategy like any other. I don't get it. Is it just a way to show that you're vulnerable and so that you that's why you vote? I'm honestly... If you get suggestion, go ahead. Or is it just to excite people? I don't know. Oh yeah, so that was the other page I found. We go to Donald Trump and we have, well, I guess his son. I guess that's his son. We have these guys, Stacey, Rosamund Barr. I don't know these people. I know just this guy, I think. You know, it's like 4 people, 5, 6, a little bit more. 6 people, okay? And then look at this. We are, like, if you look on the right, we're not even halfway there. You go to Joe Biden and yeah, you get Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift made cookies. Jennifer Lawrence, Carly Kloss. I mean, those are big names. Those are big names. It's people that we know, that the public knows. They incite people to obviously vote. But my question is, would you vote to fit in, to follow the mass, or do you vote looking at your interest in this? What's their interest in voting for Biden? Because see, the thing is, from what I quickly read, again, I could be totally wrong, but apparently taxes will be increased for people making over $400,000 a year, according to Harris. And these people make millions, okay? Look at Taylor Swift. I think she's one of the richest artists out there. Is it really beneficial for her to do this? Why is she doing it? To follow a trend? And why am I going on Taylor Swift? Well, she has a huge fan base. I think over 100 million people follow her. And I remember this clip of her for a documentary. It was in a trailer when she was just crying and saying that she wants to be, again, I could be wrong, but I'll put the clip if I find it, that she wants to be on the right side of history. So, I mean, if you know that the person you're voting for is, you know, the right one, do you need to say you want to be on the right side of history? You don't want to be on the wrong side? Like, it didn't seem genuine, but again, that's just observing. I don't want to assume. I don't know her, obviously. Joe Biden, for sure, in terms of celebrities, I see that he wins. I mean, he has pretty big people on his side. So now it goes on the question also, why do we care so much about the United States? Canadian side, in Canada, obviously, they're neighbors. And second of all, financially, in terms of, I guess, trades and business, a lot of people from Canada go in the U.S. and U.S. to Canada. So for America, Canada, it's a big deal. Now, the rest of the world, I don't know. Is it due to a military reason? I mean, the United States is not the greatest country of all time. It really isn't. But I can understand some points then made by others onto why it's so important to look at the election. Obviously, like I mentioned, it's super entertaining as well. So there are tons of reason to follow the elections. But I don't think it's just about, if Trump or Joe Biden gets elected, that's going to change everything. Because obviously, I don't want to go too much into this path because I don't know enough. When Trump got elected, we waited for the end of the world, and I don't know if the end of the world really happened. I mean, well, I guess Corona is happening, but it didn't seem this way. And from either side, it seems like if Biden wins, then everything is over. If Trump wins, everything is done as well. So honestly, I don't know. Mixed messages everywhere, and obviously, the media. So I don't think they announce it openly, but the media branch in the United States follow one side or the other. And I think Fox News is pretty much just right. CNN and all this stuff is mostly left. So are they objective into what they say? Because there was the debate with Harris and I think his name is Pence. One side said, oh, Pence totally obliterated Harris. And on the other hand, Harris, well, she made so much more sense. So than Pence. So it's really confusing. Who do you believe? Who do you not? Does this affect who you vote for. Oh yeah, and among, of course, the big Trump supporters, we have, well, Ben Shapiro. I watched some of his stuff because he's a very good debater. I don't necessarily agree with everything, but he's also a big figure. And on his side, it was like, well, Harris, Pence won. It's difficult to be objective when you're more for one side than the other, right? That's pretty much it. We're just reacting to some of this stuff. I guess the essential questions are, the Americans vote just to follow up with the rest of the population? Do they do it for what is right? Do they truly do it for what is right? I remember 4 years ago, people just didn't want Trump in power, so that's why they were voting Clinton. But would they have voted Clinton if she prepared, I don't know, something totally outrageous? Would they have done that anyway? Is it the same today with Mr. Biden and Mr. Trump? I don't know. What does the celebrities have to win into this? But it's definitely interesting. I recommend looking into this stuff with an open mind, to be an observer instead of emotionally getting into it, because when you get emotional with all this stuff, you start not making any sense. Yeah, you get angry for nothing, I guess, with either side on, to be honest. So have an open mind, look at this stuff. It's really interesting, the reaction around all this stuff, people getting naked for you to vote. I mean, it's nuts. It's amazing. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on next week for the next video. Bye bye.